Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be kind of doing two things. One, it's just going to be a get ready with me. I'm not going to talk about the products I'm wearing, but I will try and link them all down below. I say try because I always forget, but call me out on it. If you see me ever doing that, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to be doing that, and I'm also going to be doing the Honest Influencer tag, which has been going around. I saw Samantha Ravndahl do this the other day, and I got really excited because I love the idea. It is 16 fairly in-depth, but very invasive questions, I guess that's the best word, all about the beauty community, influencers in general, and just my opinions on a whole lot. So if you want to chill with me, get ready, watch me create all of this, and talk about some in-depth stuff, make sure to keep on watching, and please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week, and that is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to see all of this, hear all of this, talk about all this, make sure to keep on watching. Alright, so I do have Brandon here off camera. He's going to be following the questions and kind of just turning this into a little bit more of me being focused, because as you guys know, when I just want to chat and have no real agenda, I get lost and it turns into a tutorial. So I'm not going to talk about what I'm putting on. However, I do have this inspiration picture. This is from Rob, the makeup artist, on Instagram. I saw this eye look and I was obsessed. So I will be doing a look very similar to this. I doubt I'm going to do a wing, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, Brandon, if you are ready for question number 1.
Hey.
Hi. I'm ready when you are.
Have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and then decided not to review it?
Yes, I have. Well, kind of. I recently got a package actually from Tula Beauty. BoxyCharm sent it over to some of the people on the PR list as kind of like a test this out, see what you like, post about it, and there were certain products I loved and certain products I didn't, but the reason that I didn't love it, 100% honest, it's really meant for like glowing skin, and as you know, I'm very oily, so I do tend to avoid stuff like that gets super, super dewy. So I didn't really talk about the products just because I felt like anything I say would have been me just telling you, guys, I hate this product for oily skin, but if you have dry skin, go for it. I did post like a thank you for sending this over, and I was going to post an update on it. Here's my update. The cleanser, I actually ended up giving to my mom, and she's really been liking it because it is more for dry skin. The day and night cream, I have liked. The glow mask, way too much for me. Like, that got so glowy so fast.
Are there any products you use alone but don't show or use online?
I don't think so. Products I use that I don't talk about online. I feel like I talk about everything I like. Like, I am such an...
brush cleaner?
Huh?
What about your brush cleaner?
I talk about it. I keep a little bottle of Cinema Secrets here that I literally will spray, but I have mentioned at least a dozen times on... Actually, I've done posts on Instagram. I've done posts on... like, not dedicated videos, but I did like 10 products that are not exactly makeup but are definitely beauty that I'm obsessed with, and that was in there. I definitely have spoken before on my brush cleaner. I have, right? Yes, I have. No, I'm not really one on like hiding my secrets. I am such an open book for you guys. Like, if I like a product, you know I like it. If I use a product, you know I use it. I mean, that even includes skincare. I feel like I am such a whore for the stuff I like that I'll be the first to tell you guys that I like it just because I want everybody to know that I'm using it.
Do you have any products that you want to buy but won't buy because you don't support the brand?
I don't think so. Are there any brands you could think of that I'm, like, anti? I mean, you're not wrong. I don't like that brand, but he said Huda. There's a lot of stuff. Like, I have the Rose Gold, not the remastered, the original Rose Gold palette, and I do like it. I don't love what she did with her shadow formula, so the newer ones I'm not really a fan of, but I don't think it's so much that I don't... Like, there's products I don't buy because I don't like the brand. I just don't really like what she comes out with. No, like, shade at all. I think some of the products are really good. All of the formulas in the foundations and concealers, they go very yellow. So for someone like me who's much more cool-toned, they don't match, and because they're so full coverage, like, it's not even something you could just make work. It looks off on my skin, so it's definitely something that I avoid. But I don't think it's that I don't support her because I don't support her. I just feel like they're not really products that I'm super into, you know?
Do you delete comments? If so, why?
I very rarely delete comments. The only time I do is when people post the, like, check me out, here's my link. Like, I have thought from the very beginning of when I started on YouTube that I will naturally engage with people in comment sections. If I'm watching a video from somebody I like to watch, I will engage with them. I will have a conversation with them. And if it comes up about a channel, like, I'll mention mine and we'll kind of, like, see each other's videos from there. But I cannot stand those people who go to other videos just to spam comment that they have videos too. It's kind of like clout chasing. Like, if you're gonna talk about the fact that you have a channel, make it relevant. So if somebody reviews a product, like, for example, Jackie Ina posted a palette review. I think it was on the Norvina palette. And she said she really liked the formula, but it felt like it was more designed for fairer skin tones because the tones didn't work as well for deep skin. And what she mentioned in that review was Norvina released that palette as, like, her ride or die shadows, and she is fairly fair. So it would be weird to review it from the mindset of this is meant for darker skins when it was made for Norvina. I commented in there that when the Too Faced Sweet Peach the Too Faced Born This Way foundation expansion came out, that when I reviewed the foundation, I didn't bash the shade range expansion because there wasn't any lighter shades. The lighter shades already existed, but it just naturally came up. I wasn't, like, fishing for a way to include my channel. So the only times I really delete anything is when people are like, follow me back, check out my video. I mean, sometimes I'll just ignore it, but for the most part, if there's ever anything I'm gonna delete, that's it.
Have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with a brand?
I have not. Like, I'm very straightforward when I really like or really don't like something. That does bring up a good point. I did get a couple comments on my, I'm not sure if it was the March Boxy Charm video or if it was my Boxy Luxe video. No, it was my Boxy Luxe video, and I'm going to link it up here. In that video, so this month, I'm going to pull them out, BoxyCharm sent out a face palette from Cover FX. They came out with one that is light medium, and they came out with one that was designed for medium deep. They are very different, and personally, I use the medium deep one more. I'm going to say that these are named wrong. It's not light medium and medium dark. It should be fair light and medium plus. Anybody who is like light medium and darker could get a use out of the deeper palette. Otherwise, if you're too fair, the fair light would work for you. A bunch of people commented like that it's not my fault, it's not my job to post a video trying to get BoxyCharm out of trouble, and that they messed up in sending out the wrong palettes, and it was like a whole big thing, that it wasn't for me to try and do that. So I'm just going to set the record straight. I did not make that video using the darker palette because I was trying to fix something or saying I liked something I didn't. A lot of people got the wrong palettes, but I found that the darker one was actually better, and a lot of people either didn't believe me or they thought I was just doing it because I wanted the brand to like recognize that I was trying to help them out. That is absolute bullshit. Like, I 100% use the darker one more. So for me, I'm never going to tell you guys something that I don't 100% believe in. If I like a product, I like a product. And I think that for that, people need to realize that I'm not going to just make something up, especially if you think the purpose is to keep a brand happy. Brands don't like people who are just going to kiss their ass. They want to know genuinely if a product works. Because me saying something is great and then you guys trying it out and hating it, the brand isn't happy because they're still getting the product negative reviews. They're still getting the returns of the product that people don't like. So it's not that it's really doing anybody any good. They're getting that initial sale and then it's turning into a loss because once somebody returns it, the product's got to get like thrown away. So they have no product and they don't have the money. So lose-lose.
Have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind but didn't let your audience know?
I try to give you guys a lot of updates, and that's why I do a favorites video every month. There are a lot of channels here on YouTube that will post a video about a product and not update it. Because I do a favorites video literally every single month, I like to use that as an opportunity to talk about those products that I may or may not have been enjoying, or update you guys if something has changed. So the short answer is no. I feel like the opposite might be true though. Like, I might have disliked something at first, and then I'll try it a different way, and I will, decide I like it a little bit more after I've given it a second, third, fourth chance. But again, I do try to update you guys on that, so it's never going to be where I like something or I hate something and you're never going to hear it again.
Is there an influencer that you don't trust?
That is such a loaded question. So, yes, there are quite a few that I don't trust. First and foremost, I hate dropping names because it makes me sound like a douche. I don't trust Laura Lee. And I know that she got canceled and that nobody likes her anymore, or the people who do and whatever. Like, at one point, I really enjoyed watching her content. And then I started to notice more and more that she used a lot of verbiage that typically surrounds itself with sponsored content, but wasn't sponsored content. So I don't know if it's an undisclosed sponsorship thing, or, maybe she genuinely does think in the way the brands send their stuff out. Because, you'll notice, for example, when Fenty Beauty launched their new concealers, which I did use today, and I do like that. This is not a sponsored content. I'm saying I used a product. I'm saying I like it. In the sponsored videos that were disclosed, there were a lot of the same verbiage, because the brands will usually send out, I hate to call it a cheat sheet, but that's what it is. It's like, we want you to talk about these points, that it comes in X amount of colors, that this is the formula, that it's lightweight and creamy or whatever. And I noticed that there were a lot of videos coming out, not specifically about Fenty, but about some other products, where influencers were very clear of, this is a sponsored content, and it does A, B, C, D, and E. And a normal person reviewing it would say, this is good, and maybe they'll talk about one or two that they've noticed, but they're never going to be like, A, B, C, D, E. And I found she would be like, I have been loving this product, A, B, C, D, E. But wasn't sponsored, or was it? It's weird. Like, when sponsorships roll around, and she's a bigger name, and then it's not disclosed, or is it? There's a trust issue there, so I don't believe her.
Who's the influencer you trust the most?
There are two. The first is going to be Tati Westbrook, Glam Life Guru. I have been watching her channel forever. I think that she is fantastic, and I think what makes me like her content the most and trust her the most is that I know, anybody can say, I don't do sponsored content, but she is clearly out and about shopping all the time, getting her hands on product. She cares more about the authenticity of the review than she does getting paid for it. And because of that, I feel like there's an integrity there that a lot of people don't share. So I think that I enjoy watching her because I can trust her. The other one is Jeffree Star, but that's going to be a little bit of an issue, and I'm going to get into that. I think that for him specifically, with his reviews, if he loves something, I trust that it is a good product. I don't second guess that there's a positive review, but the opposite is not necessarily the case. If he says he doesn't like something, I'm a little bit more hesitant. And the reason behind that is, I feel like he's quick to cancel. And if he doesn't like a brand, or he doesn't like a person behind it, I feel like his reviews might be a little biased, but only negatively. I feel like even if he loves somebody and he doesn't like the product, he'll say, I love her to death, don't like the formula, don't like the product, whatever the case. He is on close terms with Norvina, Anastasia Beverly Hills. He has given them negative reviews. But I don't think he would give a positive just because he likes somebody. So like I said, with his positive reviews, I really do enjoy them, and I will use that as a pretty good basis. But when he gives a negative review, I'm a little more hesitant, and I want to kind of feel it for myself.
Are there any secret tips or product applications you don't show while on camera?
Once again, I don't think so. I feel like I am pretty open about everything I do and all of the products I like. Application, technique, the works. I mean, Brandon, is there anything I do that I don't necessarily do on camera? Ooh, that's pretty. This I used in my first impressions video. It is super affordable, and it's Sephora collection. Oh, and that's beautiful.
Not that I can think of. There's nothing... You're pretty straightforward about all of what you do. Even when you're not doing tutorial, you're doing tutorial.
Yeah, that's actually a problem. I feel like more often than not... Actually, yes, there is something, and it's just because I picked it up. This was the Lancome Fix It Forget It setting spray. I did mention it in a favorites a while ago because I absolutely loved this setting spray. This is a bottle that I keep on my vanity of, you know how when you get to the bottom of a setting spray and it no longer pumps, but there's always a little bit left in the bottom? I call this my dump setting spray. I will literally, like right now, this is a combination of the Milani Make It Last charcoal setting spray mixed with a little bit of Fix Plus, mixed with whatever was left in my Lancome bottle. The Milk Makeup setting spray is also in here. There's probably like 8 or 9 setting sprays, and whenever I get to the bottom of whichever ones I'm using at the time, and there's nothing like squirting, but there's product, I will pour it in here, and this becomes my again, my dump setting spray. It's a mixture of everything kind of all in one, and it's like something I use regularly. I don't really talk about it just because I find it weird to pick up a product and be like, I'm using a mixture of 19 different things, because it's a little weird, so I try not to use it on camera. But that is something that I use off camera or that I don't really talk about that definitely falls into that category of things I don't really disclose, you know?
Have you ever showed one product but were actually using another?
Yes. I did. That happened once. And I know because I felt really guilty about it, and I gave an honest review of the product I didn't like, but I wasn't able to make it work. It was one of my first videos ever. It was a full face inspired by products that Tati Westbrook, the Glam Life Guru, recommended. And I bought a foundation, and the shade was not my shade. So I pumped it out, put it on, and it was so yellow that I actually had to take it off and refilm the first half of the video, and I put on a different foundation. I was very honest with the wear of the foundation and what I felt about it. I just happened to be wearing something else. I did end up picking another one of her favorites, so I felt a little less guilty. I used the Milani Conceal and Perfect, but the entire time, after I put out that video, I was like, I'm one of those people who lies about sponsorships and does rude things, when all I did, I was honest about the product, but it would have looked so bad that I feel like the entire video you would have been staring at the fact that my face was a different color. To be fair, my lights were so weird back then that you didn't really see anything true to color anyway, but that was the only time that I can think of that the product I spoke about wasn't the product I put on.
You're the worst kind of person.
You shut up. That was one time in one video out of 200.
And it caught us both by surprise.
You're the worst.
Have you ever had a bad interaction with the brand?
I have not. There have been a few influencers and people who have been rude on social media, but as far as something I would consider a straight on negative interaction, no. Everybody has been pretty good. There hasn't been much negativity. The only brand that I really consistently work with is BoxyCharm, and you guys know that. I have had conversations, and either through messaging, occasionally in person, with quite a bit of people on their team, whether it is in customer service, brand outreach, their social media teams, and everybody's been really receptive. What I find is big influencers, little influencers, micro influencers, baby channels like mine, these brands understand that we exist and that we are a consumer before anything else. So I really feel like Maybe when you're a larger influencer and you're meeting with people on a grander scale, maybe you will run into some more negativity where the CEO is rude to you or you said something mean about a product and suddenly it turns into a full-scale fight. This is going to sound really... I don't think enough people are paying attention to what I'm doing and saying for things to be any sort of negative interaction or confrontation.
Have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product?
Yes and no. Like, there will be certain things where people have a specific opinion, and I'll find that mine is actually pretty similar. I wouldn't say that it's bandwagoning. I would just say that our opinions might align a little bit. I have never had a product that because people liked, I have decided I liked too. I will always give things more of like that honest review, that honest feedback as to what I'm thinking, just because I know that everybody's skin is different, everybody's technique is different. So just because somebody likes or dislikes something, and it's the same thing here on this channel, just because I like something doesn't mean every single person watching is going to like it too. That is not a thing. Like, there is no one product that is so universally flattering that everybody is going to enjoy it. That's kind of the beauty of the industry, is that there is no one size fits all. That being said, when people are very into a product or something is really hyped, I will say that it is the opposite effect. I feel like I am more critical of the product just because I feel like if everybody is loving this, it must be amazing. And then I walk in with a really high expectation and a really inflated sense of what it is worth. And because of that, it really just takes things to that next level for me. Okay, so lips are on, lashes are done. I finished up the inner corner. Brandon, we are ready for the last question.
Is there anything that other YouTubers do that drive you crazy?
Yes, there are two major things. The first is going to be non-disclosed partnerships and sponsorships, which I did already explain. I think that bothers me so much just because your audience loves you. Your audience is engaged with you. Your audience already trusts you. Tell them it's sponsored. They're going to be happy for you. And if they're not, who cares? Like, just be honest. Number two is inconsistency of content. This is not my full-time job. I do work a full-time job outside of this, and I do still push for 3 videos a week. It is currently 10:03 on Tuesday night, and this video will be going up around 11 o'clock the next morning. This is going to go up on Wednesday, so for me, I am doing as much as I can to make sure I'm posting consistently, that I'm doing content that is both engaging and things that you guys actually want to see. But most importantly, I'm trying to be timely with what I'm posting. It's difficult, and there are times where I just want to go to bed and I don't want to film and I don't want to do it. But I want to make sure that I'm consistent with you guys. I did say in my last video that I would be a little bit more inconsistent with the days. I used to post Monday, Thursday, Saturday, and I mixed it up a little bit and I changed it around. This week I'm trying Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just because I've noticed my weekend videos don't really get as much attention. So I want to know if it's the videos or the dates I'm posting, but I'm communicating with you guys. You know when I'm posting and why, and you guys are well aware of what I'm doing. If not, I'll go on Instagram, I'll go on Twitter, and I will give you guys an update as to why something's not happening. I know I don't have millions of followers, but I try to give you guys the same respect that I would expect from somebody bigger, because you guys do enjoy my content, and there are a lot of you who I see consistently, and I love chatting with you guys in the comment section because you're always around. So for me, I feel like I owe you guys, and you guys deserve to know what I'm doing. And when other people aren't consistently posting, or they're putting out one video every 6 weeks, it's almost disheartening because I know how much I enjoy that side of things. And at that point, I think to them it's almost like a job and they're not appreciating it as much. I know that's really preachy, and who am I to judge? But for me, that is something that really does bother me. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been eye-opening, fun, interesting. I don't know. Tell me down below, what did you guys think? I definitely enjoyed doing this tag. If any of you have any of these answers, feel free to either comment them down below. If you have a channel yourself and you're going to do this, make sure to tag me or comment down below letting me know you did it so I can check it out. Thank you guys as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
Bye.